Gents, the t-shirt, it's a key essential in any classic casual wardrobe. And do you know the #1 secret to looking good in a t-shirt? Gents, it comes down to one thing: fit is king. You see, a great fitting t-shirt will complement your body and can even help a thin guy look strong and masculine. On the flip side, a bad fitted t-shirt can emphasize your worst physical features. So how to get the perfect fit with your t-shirt? I'm going to share with you the simple tips to buying a well-fitted t-shirt. Tip number 1, make sure it fits in the shoulders. Gents, we start with shoulder fit because that's the one area that can't be altered or adjusted later. If the shoulders don't fit, then don't buy it. So what's a good fit? You want the seam to sit at the edge of your shoulder, right where the shoulder bone ends. If the seam is hiked up your shoulder, you need to get a larger size t-shirt. Likewise, if the seam is hanging down your arm, you're going to need to go for a smaller size t-shirt or a different brand. Tip 2, make sure the t-shirt fits you in the neck. So first up, we've got the crew neck t-shirt. The neck size here is pretty universal across brands. As long as the crew neck t-shirt fits close to your neck, you're good to go. V-necks, on the other hand, are a little bit harder to fit, and it is nice if you can try the shirt on before buying. Now, V-necks in general are great for t-shirts because they emphasize the chest and they can give you a more masculine appearance. But be careful, you don't want to go too far. Unless it's an undershirt, you want to avoid the deep V-neck shirt. It just doesn't look good. How far down should a V-neck dip? A good rule of thumb is that a V-neck should never dip below your armpit. Now sound off in the comments below, which side do you want? Are you team crew neck or team V-neck? Next up, let's talk about t-shirt fit in the chest. Now when it comes to the chest fit, you want your t-shirt to fit relatively close. A t-shirt that's way too loose and baggy doesn't flatter any body type. But remember, this isn't a compression shirt. You don't want it to fit so tightly that you got your nipples poking out. Rule of thumb, if you're getting a horizontal stretch line, then it's too tight. A great fitted t-shirt is going to sit close to the chest without being constricting, about 1.5 to 2.5 inches of extra fabric. Next up, shirt fit in the waist area. Now, once you've got a good fit in the chest, let's look at the waist. Now, this is where things can get a little bit tricky. I know there's a wide range of body types out there, and you really want to find a brand that works for your body type. And on a side note, if you can't find the perfect fit off the rack, you may need to actually adjust the shirt. You can do it yourself, or you could even take it to a tailor. Now, if you've got an average build, most brands are going to fit you just fine. However, if you're a muscular man with a large chest and a smaller waist, you're going to find that many t-shirts are going to be way too large in the waist area, so you're going to want to look for a specialty brand or get the t-shirt adjusted. At the end of the day, you just don't want to look like you're wearing a parachute. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we got the guys with the round body type. With this body type, you got to look for brands that are going to be more generous in the waist area. That being said, if you've got a round body type, I'm going to highly recommend you look at other shirt types. They're going to be more flattering to your build. Now, in general, the perfect fit in the waist area is going to have about 2 to 3 inches of extra fabric. Next up, t-shirt sleeve length. Now, the perfect t-shirt sleeve length is going to hit in the middle of your bicep. This is going to look best for most body types. Now, if you're packing, you've got a muscular build, you want to show off the guns, then you can actually go for a bit shorter of a sleeve length. And unless you're playing baseball, then stay away from sleeves that reach towards the elbow or past them. This really doesn't look good on anybody. Next up, we've got sleeve width. One of the most common problems with t-shirts are giant arm openings that make your sleeves look like wings. If you're a thin guy wearing a t-shirt with large sleeves, this is just going to make your skinny arms look thinner. You want to buy a t-shirt that fits you well in the sleeve, both the length and that width. The ideal sleeve width is going to lightly hug your bicep. Next up, t-shirt length. Now, I know there's a fashion trend right now with super long t-shirts. Gents, unless you want to look like you're wearing a dress, avoid this look. Seriously, any t-shirt that extends past your crotch and covers your backside is way too long. That being said, you don't want the opposite problem. You don't want a t-shirt that's too short. And you can tell if a t-shirt's too short because if you raise your arms and expose your stomach, yeah, that t-shirt is too short on you. The ideal length is going to hit about mid-fly. That's about 2 to 3 inches below your belt line. And let's not forget the importance of shirt fabric and how it affects fit. 100% cotton or cotton polyester blend t-shirts are very common and durable, but they're not always the best choice. The issue is that cotton gets stretched out over time and will need to be washed and dried at a high heat temperature to return to its original shape. So if you don't have access to a dryer, a cotton crew neck collared t-shirt can really get stretched out and look bad. Also, if it's a cheaper, lower quality cotton, it can feel restrictive and can even cause hot spots in those close fitted areas. Me personally, I like to look for t-shirts that are blends. Using about 2 to 5% spandex, this is going to give you an overall better fit. Now, besides cotton, you're also going to see other fabrics like bamboo, micromodal, and wool. These can be very breathable, they can be lightweight, and they can be a lot cooler of a shirt during the summer. The point? Pay attention to your t-shirt fabric. It can have a huge effect on the overall look and the fit of the t-shirt. Congratulations, you now have the information to go out there and buy the perfect fitted t-shirt. But how to match that t-shirt with jeans? Find out, guys, in this video right here.